Last month, 4 New Zealand golfing legends reunited at the New Zealand PGA Championship near Queenstown. Between them, Greg Turner, John Lister, Sir Bob Charles and Bob Glading have won the title 8 times. It was a chance for the quartet to reflect on great golfing careers, especially for the 92-year-old Glading.
I certainly enjoyed every bit of it nowadays. For some unknown reason, I get plenty of action through the ball flies up into the air and looks great. It drops a quarter of an hour before it should, though.
I won in 61. I can't remember the other 2 years. My memory's not as good as this 92-year-old. I just hope that I look as good at 92 as what Bob does now. But
better.
Sir Bob etched his name on the trophy 3 times, an accomplishment matched by John Lister, who won his first NZPGA title in 1971.
It was always a highlight of my year to play at Mount Maunganui. It was over the Christmas New Year period. It was a great event. We had great crowds in the afternoons. It was a very social and fantastic golf tournament, really.
It was my 3rd tournament as a professional, so it was pretty significant for me. Obviously I didn't have the multiple victories like these gentlemen, but when you first turn pro, that first win's incredibly important. So that was my 3rd start, and it got me into events in Australia and Asia, and you don't want to underestimate that first step up. And I've got very fond memories. Can't imagine finishing a golf tournament on New Year's Day these days, though, can you?
No.
As well as recalling their triumphs, the 4 golfers got to enjoy some time in Central Otago. As mentioned, with 7 championship courses within 45 minutes of each other, the region is increasingly becoming a golfing mecca.
when we do come down here, Verity and I really enjoy it. And of course, I say that from October through to March, the best weather in New Zealand is right here in the basin.
This is one of the gems of the world. It's just fantastic down here, and to get the weather that we do through the summer, what more could you ask for?
You know, I think golf's a story that's the majority of that story is yet to tell. I think people come into New Zealand now that didn't realise what we now have, and I think Queenstown's kind of the hub of that because it has so many other things as well. But the golf here is as good as you get anywhere in the world, and there may be as beautiful a golf courses as the likes of Jacks Point and Millbrook and the Hills, but there aren't any that are more beautiful, I don't think, are there?
No.
Some suggest the jewel in the Central Otago golfing crown is the Hills near Arrowtown. It's a course that Sir Bob believes is perfect for spectators.
It's the greatest amphitheatre for watching a golf tournament that I've seen anywhere in the world, because you can walk behind the first green and you can see something like 8 or 10 greens. You can watch people putting out on that many greens. So it's a spectacular arena, and as far from a golfing perspective, it's challenging, and what I do like about it is people can see a lot of birdies and eagles on that golf course, and that's what brings the people out. They don't want to be seeing people beating it out of the rough and struggling to score par. Here you aim for a birdie on just about every hole.
I've played in a lifetime a lot around the world. The Hills, to me, it's not the greatest, although very close to some of the greatest I've played, but it's the most exciting golf course I've ever been on, ever. Well, I just think it's so exciting. Get up with some of those high tees and so on, and for looking, as Bob said. So it's really got something, and I just love it here, actually.
Golf is thriving because people are coming here and saying this is as good a value or better value than anywhere else, and it's an extraordinary place to play golf. I mean, I think we've only scratched the surface. I think that golf could deliver to the New Zealand economy, could be the story of the next 20 or 30 years. It could be hundreds of millions of dollars that are coming in through what's happened in golf, and the government hasn't had to do that. It's been Michael Hill and Julian Robertson and Mr. Ishii and people like that have invested and done it for us, and we should be really grateful. But I think we'll see a lot of people come to New Zealand to play golf, and they'll go home and they'll buy New Zealand wine and they'll buy New Zealand lamb and they'll buy New Zealand butter, and we'll all live happily ever after.
No.